Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen of, Spotify, possibly iTunes in the future, YouTube, Twitch, our internet fan base. How y'all doing today? It's episode 6 of Getsuga Talk Show. It's just me and my buddy Andrew again. Chris has some personal issues going on right now. My goddaughter, his kid, is sick, so he's staying home with her today. But outside of that, I think we're ready and good to go. We're going to do another combination of Shit Show Saturday. Make sure your volume's down.
Yeah, no kidding.
Shit Show Saturday / Sunday, whatever it might be. And, 1 second.
Turning down phones so we don't cause you guys hearing loss.
Yeah. That also being said, we're going to do our weekly anime update where we talk about everything that's going on in fall 2018 because we're both fucking nerds and we're keeping up. There's some good shit this season. Super disappointed with Goblin Slayer this week, though. Nothing happened. It was just a recap episode. Like, that's just not fun. And I'm kind of mad that that's what we got stuck with. Was a recap episode. But it is what it is. We're going into the final arc. I give up with a hat. Whatever. My hair is just going to be even crazier now. I don't know what happened to all my beanies, man. I used to have a lot of beanies. I need a haircut. Besides the point, back onto the subject of Goblin Slayer, though. We kind of have 2 weeks to talk about because we didn't talk about last time either, to be fair, right? That being said, in the past 2 episodes, what's happened?
Not much. The group made it back to town after their last adventure. They started going back to their normal schedule. Goblin Slayer checking up on the farm, making sure the defenses are up and at them.
Yeah, and they were doing like a slice of life kind of episode. Everybody was having a good time. They were talking. You were learning about some people.
They had a drinking party.
Yeah, that was fun. But outside of that, really nothing.
Where High Elf Archer got sloshed.
Yeah, she did.
Dude, I've seen some anime characters get plastered across the walls, but she was about 8 sheets past the wind.
She was pretty fucked up. How are you gonna try to outdrink a dwarf, though? You know, it's just not possible. It's never gonna happen to you.
He even gave her a handicap. She was just drinking regular wine. He was drinking fire wine.
But outside of that, nothing really happened. We had an episode of complete recap this week. And then at the very end of that prior episode, you saw Goblin Slayer was doing his routine checkup, and then he checks the woods, and then there's an epic sound moment, and you realize that goblins have been scouting out where the girl lives.
The farm.
The farm girl, yeah, and her dad.
Her uncle.
Is it her uncle?
It's her uncle.
Gotcha.
Her parents got slaughtered in the same village that Goblin Slayer's sister got slaughtered.
Gotcha. With that being said, nothing really happened in Goblin Slayer this week. It's just been a slow couple weeks for it.
It's setting up the final arc for this season.
Well, there's 2 episodes left for a whole arc, and I don't know how excited I am about that prospect, but we'll see.
Technically, it only is 2 parts for this next arc.
Yeah.
Which I'm not going to ruin because I'm actually looking forward to seeing it in anime form.
I'm excited. Don't get me wrong. There's only 2 episodes left in the season, so we'll see how well they execute it. That being said, I think that's all I really had to say about Goblin Slayer. It just wasn't a really exciting week for it.
No. Neither was really last week, except for the fact that it's setting up for the Goblin Lord arc.
Yeah. That all being said, let's switch over to that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Okay, it's been a fun couple weeks in Slime World, okay? First of all, we have what was the episode prior? Was it just them, chatting and stuff, and then we kind of learned that the whole orc army started?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And we got to learn that the orc army is now heading towards the marshlands where the lizard men live.
Yeah, which we found that out in this past week. I was talking about the episode prior, because we hadn't talked about that yet on stream. So
the week previous to this one, that was
well, they thought they were coming there.
And then Gabiru got sent out to start recruiting.
Gabi fucking loser, dude. What a loser. Oh my god. So the named lizard from the Lizardmen tribe decides to come. What'd you break? Your glasses? The named lizard from the the Lizardmen tribe comes to try to recruit local goblins and stuff to help them out.
That's this week's
And then,
episode.
Well, that was the end of it.
Yeah.
And that was all that really happened. The episode prior, he'd already named them all. They were all just kind of it was kind of a slice of life episode.
Yeah.
It was just a little bit of update and that was the episode he named all the ogres, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so all the ogres got named, and now they're whatever their new title is. I forgot what they're called now.
I forgot.
But they're all badasses.
They're stronger.
And then you have the old man just being a complete badass, too. You gotta love his moment, because Gobta and all the other little goblins are like, we want to learn swordsmanship, and they just get their asses plowed, dude. They just get plowed, and you just see the old man run around kicking ass. Let me get a new screen up real quick.
Oh gosh, that was probably one of the funniest moments so far.
Okay, hold on. When I went to search this, do you know what like the next two lists were when I was typing it? Goblin Girl nude. That was what... God, people are desperate. Anyways. So, ogres got names. I keep like leaning into the picture. I gotta sit back a little bit. Ogres got names. We learned a little bit about the lizard men.
We learned that they're
pretty much the whole episode, right?
Arrogant heir to the throne.
Yeah, he's fucking annoying. What was his name? How do you remember it?
Gabiru.
Yeah, Gabiru was fucking annoying. He's right there on the far left of the screen of the little picture down here.
Yeah.
So he's there. He's annoying.
God, he's annoying. Which made it that much greater.
Well, it was a really cool thing because like I've never seen lizardmen portrayed like that. Yeah. Usually, like, look at Overlord, right? Lizardmen are, like, very tribal, proud people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But not arrogant.
Yeah.
This guy is arrogant as arrogant. Fun. Yeah, it's about as arrogant as it gets. And it's...
funny as hell.
It is funny. He's a fun character. But, yeah, so the next episode starts. He shows up at the Goblin Village and, like, he's just talking shit the whole time about, like...
How the leader's a slime.
Yeah, he's talking so much shit and, like, oh man, I'm forgetting names so bad today. What's his direwolf's name?
Oh, Ranga.
Ranga, yeah, Ranga's getting fucking
pissed about to eat him.
And like everyone's kind of getting pissed off that they're talking so much shit about the slime, and then like Gobta walks up and it's like, oh hey guys, what are we doing out here? And then Ranga's like, well, Gabiru, if you can beat this guy, I'll listen to you about recruiting our direwolves. And then Gobta's like, what? Why do I gotta do it? And Rimmiru's like, if you do it, I'll have them make a special sword for you. And he's like, oh, that's cool. Okay, maybe. And then...
if you lose, I'll make you eat Shion's cooking.
And Shion's like that super stereotypical trope of like the chick who can't cook and like poisons people with her cooking. And Gobta like almost died earlier in the episode because Rimmiru like accidentally shoved the food into his mouth and it looked like Gobta died. And then he shows up later and they're like, the great sage is like, he must have gained poison resistance or something like that. And even Rimmiru is like, I don't even have that. I'm impressed. And then, so Gobta's like, oh fuck no, like I don't want to eat it. And like goes like Super Saiyan like, ah! Like he's like ready to kick some ass, dude. And then
up to this point, other than the fact that he was the first to figure out how to summon his direwolf, we haven't really seen Gobta do that much in the story.
Or do well doing anything. Yeah. He's been pretty bad. He looked the exact same as a goblin as he did as a hobgoblin.
But also, didn't they say that it would only improve you to your maximum potential?
Yeah. But to be fair, as we get there, so let's kind of explain the fight just a little bit more. 1 second. Gabiru, that's his name? Yeah. He's all being douchey. He's like, I can kick this guy's ass easily. And, like, goes to hit him with a spear. And Gobta, like, dodges out a little bit. There's a mini little choreography scene. And then Gobta, like, throws the spear. And Gabiru turns to look at it and laughs. And as he turns back, he just gets his head fucking smashed in by Gobta's kick. And, like, everyone's like, the fuck? Because they show you what actually happened. Gobta slipped into the shadows underground or whatever.
Yeah.
And, like, popped out of the shadow behind him and just fucking kicks him in the head. And everyone was just like, what the fuck? And, like, all the ogres are like, he has a lot of potential. And you're just like,
KO!
The fuck just happened? And all the lizard men look scared at first, and then they're like, we'll never forget this! And, like, grab their leader and run away. Yeah. So... that being said, they're saying that Gobta has a lot of potential. Maybe he's just not meant to be a big, bulky fighter. Maybe he's a rogue, you know what I mean? I think that's going to be his role, is like a shadow assassin-y type rogue.
Much more.
He's going to go off with that, the assassin from the ogres who can, like, multiply himself and shit like that.
He'll probably learn some pretty cool technique. But,
I had a lot of fun with that, though.
Oh,
watching Gobta kick someone's ass was hilarious. Because, like... at least all the ogres you expect to be able to fight people, you know what I mean? You expect Rimmiru to be able to fight. You even expect the fucking goblin king, whatever he is now, Lord, Emperor, whatever his new title is, you expect him to kick some ass. You expect Ranga to kick some ass.
Ranga's true size is intimidating as fuck.
They never explained that too. Yeah, like Ranga, like, even when he come out initially when he was a direwolf, he was just like normal. But then he just was like, "What's up, bitches? I'm 12 times the size I've been showing." And you're like, "What the fuck?" But like, you expect them to be able to kick ass.
Yeah.
And then Gobta kicks ass, and you're like, "All right, you go, buddy. I'm proud of you." I had a lot of fun watching that episode.
Bravo, you have achieved status.
Yeah. And then, I don't know, the episode kind of teeters off. They go and, like, find out that the orcs are going to pass nearby or something like that. So I think they're planning an attack right now. And then there's, like, a moment, and the ninja dude's like, "Oh, we've had a unique interaction. Can we summon them here?" And Rimuru was like, "Sure, I guess." And then a dryad appears. And, yeah.
Of course, it's giant-breasted, tall,
green-haired, looking like an elf kind of thing. Yeah, that whole stereotype, it was met. Even before she appeared, Rimuru was like, "Oh, she's going to look like this!" And then she shows up and she looks exactly like that. Yeah. And then she, like, gives them a quest to defeat the Orc Lord or whatever the title is, the Orc War Chieftain, whatever it is.
Yeah, something like that.
So that's where that left off, so I'm excited to see Rimuru go kick some ass. I actually hope he just kind of hangs out a little bit and we get to watch everyone else kick some ass. Because I want to see, like, the old man go kick some more ass. I have a feeling that we're going to see Gobiru go fuck some shit up. Just saying.
I have a feeling that he is quite capable. Problem is I think that his arrogance gets in his way.
Do not doubt that in the slightest, my friend.
Like I do not doubt in the slightest that he is a capable spear wielder. Yeah. And will fuck people up if they give him the opportunity.
Yeah.
But, yeah, his arrogance and pride gets a little bit in his way.
Just a little bit. We're also getting the whole, like, the Ohgrr girls are fighting over Rimuru now, too.
Oh,
there's, like, that little, like, competition between them.
Shion and,
yeah.
What is the princess's name? I cannot remember.
It's like Shoko or... No, I'm thinking of Bunny Girl Senpai.
Yeah, you're thinking of...
It's like Shura. It's something similar to Shura, I think.
Something like that.
Because it's like a demon name. That's how I remembered it. It was like a demon name. Yeah. I can't remember what it is. But yeah, those two are fighting over him, and it's kind of funny. I don't know. I'm enjoying this show. Like, this is still one of my favorite shows of the season. It's just fun. Like, this is why we're watching these three, right? Is like, Goblin Slayer's pretty badass. This is your fun, happy, like, just fun show.
Want to fuck around?
Yeah, and then go with this. Bunny Girl Senpai is just that good. Like, it's just that good. Every time you watch an episode, you're like, man, I can't wait to see what happens next. We only have 2 more episodes, man.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Don't tell me that.
It'll be over before the year.
Damn it!
That's sad, man.
I don't want it to go away. Besides that, I don't know how much else we have to say about the show right now. It just hasn't really developed that much further yet. We know that the battle's coming up. We don't know if it starts next episode or it could even start the week after.
Yeah. You're talking about the whole orc arc?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to start next episode. We've already had a slice of life kind of filler episode, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they've done enough building that we're ready to go into the show and, like, fuck shit up. So.
Yeah, the world. Yeah. Actually.
I'm really excited because we're also going to see one of the first demon lords too.
Indeed. Yeah. Or at least one of the major
generals or whatever. Yeah. Whatever. I'm excited for it. Off to the third show of the season. Rascal does not dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. I fucking love this show, dude.
Oh gosh.
I love this show so much. It looks so fan servicey, but it's really even not.
It really isn't. Oh gosh. The titular Bunny Girl Senpai actually didn't have that much to do with this episode this week. She was there, but she didn't really play as large a role as you thought she might have.
No, but we're getting more of like Mai developing as like they actually just have like a relationship now. You know what I mean? She comes over, they hang out, they do stuff. They even went to the beach and like had a double date kind of thing this episode. Like, it's been a lot of fun. So we're now into the Kaide arc. And Kaede is like slowly trying to get out of the house and shit, and like we're trying to
come back out into the world.
Yeah, she's progressing a lot, and we're seeing some flare-ups of her adolescent syndrome,
but they don't seem to be bad just yet.
Yeah, because like it happened in the first episode when she like forced herself to answer the phone. She like got sick or whatever. Yeah. Went and laid down, and he saw like the markings on her neck, but then it went away right away.
Yeah.
And throughout the episode, we soon find out that Kaede does not have
any of her memories of the events that transpired to put her in the state she's in at all.
Yeah, which is interesting. I'm curious. It makes sense. People block out bad things, you know what I mean?
No.
But to like completely forget the people and stuff involved, you know what I mean? Because one of her younger classmates shows up and like is trying to apologize. Yeah, she apologized to Sakata, and Sakata like didn't say anything really, but he like listens and hears her out and everything, and he explains that Kaide's doing well. And then we get to this part where, also just real quick, after like, so we didn't cover the last 2 episodes, to be fair. They also had their like drama with the whole their boyfriend and girlfriend, and like,
oh gosh.
Yeah. But it immediately got covered, like nobody cared about it, because immediately like Mai did a press meeting and she was like, hey, just leave him alone, you can cover me, whatever, but he makes me happy, he's why I came back, blah 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 blah. And they're good, and I like that. I like that there was like some realistic, like, hey, they deal with it. It's not this huge drama filled, we gotta hide and pretend like we're broken up, whatever, So I respected that.
Plus, it wouldn't have really made sense with how the story was paced to begin with.
Yeah.
They didn't seem like the type that was going to hide it all that well, even if they tried.
Yeah. Well, the reason they stopped being able to hide it was because he had to walk around her sister when she was in her body or whatever. So.
Yeah.
But that was a fun arc. That ended in the last episode too. Mai and her sister ended up like coming to terms, realizing that they actually care about each other and whatever.
Fuck their parents.
Yeah, their parents suck. They actually like each other. They're slightly jealous of each other, and they came to terms, and they cried, and then there's like this really loud pop. That was so random, dude. I was so confused when that happened, but yeah, there was a loud pop. They switched bodies back, and everything moved on. But this whole Kaede arc, I'm really excited for. I think this is going to be fun, because Kaede is really trying to like progress as a character, and this is the last arc. We have 2 episodes left.
Yes.
And she's getting out of the house now, and the episode kind of ended with them on a beach, which was cool. Like, again, Sakata and Mai acting like an actual couple, like out on the beach together and stuff with their sisters, and like, I don't know. I just like that it feels, obviously there's unrealistic aspects of it, but it feels like they're a real couple. Whereas in anime, a lot of the time, it's just like, oh, they're this perfect couple that never has issues with each other and they never fight, blah, 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 blah. It's just happy-go-lucky love all the time. You don't have that dilemma with this show. Like, it just doesn't occur.
Well, that shit doesn't exist.
Yeah, because they fight all the time. They're at each other's throats all the time, and I love it. But that's how a real relationship is. And I respect that they're, like, honest about it and not trying to pretend it's not something it's not. Mm-hmm. Also, in the next 2 episodes, we also have to wrap up the other arc that started a couple episodes back with a cat that was like the younger version of her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because he got the letter at the very beginning of the episode from the little girl who was the old girl when he was young. I don't know how to explain it. I forgot her name. But she like sent him a letter and said to meet him at the beach. And I don't even know. It was like weird to explain. But he knew that it was the older version of her because he even called the younger one and she said it wasn't her.
Yeah. So
it's just one of those weird things. I'm just curious.
Or that might not even be resolved this season.
It might not, because if we get season 2, I'm hyped. I'm on this train, my friend.
As long as they do, even if they did season 2 half as well as they did this
I'd still enjoy it.
I'd still watch it and enjoy it. I would too.
I just have had a lot of fun, And Gygax did a video recently, and he talked about one of the reasons he loves the show. All the fucking waifus. There are like 6 choices. You got Shoko, which is the girl who like was reverting time. Yeah. You have Mai. People have Kaede, which is illegal.
Weird. Sick.
Yeah.
Many things.
You have Futaba, and then you have the little sister, and then the girl who is older and younger at the same time or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm still on that Futaba train, but that's just me.
That girl has got the short end of the stick almost this entire show.
The younger
Futaba?
Futaba? No, I love Futaba, bro. Whatever. I'm gonna run to the bathroom. You talk about whatever for 5-10 minutes.
For 5-10 minutes?
Yeah.
You have a lot of faith in me.
I'll type in chat to help you out.
Thanks. Oh, gosh. Anyway, let's see here. What else is there even to talk about in this show? Well, he thinks that Futaba's best girl, but personally, Mai is still by far my favorite. True, she's the main heroine in the story, but she's... she's damn good. But, the sister arc I thought was resolved quite smoothly. They had their moment. They cried on the beach, talked to each other. They made it seem like things really had started moving towards healing. And then Sakata just standing there awkwardly, smiling like an idiot, just made the moment the piece de resistance. It was too funny. Didn't quite know what to do with that. Bleach equals solution in the show. I got no idea how to do that one. But, yeah. Futaba is an interesting character. But I have to say, the most interesting character arc that we got to go through was the time skip girl. What the hell was her name? Mitch, what was the time skip chick's name? I forget. Shoko, thank you. Oh, and how they introduced her into the story. She has probably one of the most interesting backstories, because at the same time that she's a relatively uninteresting character by the fact that she seeks the approval of others, it's a very common trait for high school anybody, girls, guys in some respects. They seek the approval of their peers. But the fact that it caused her to time skip back to the beginning of every day to try to figure out how to get her way out of it made her a very interesting character. Especially when she ended up falling for the main character. If you've been following the show, we all know that wasn't going to work. This boy head over heels for frickin' Mai-san. Super head over heels for Mai-san.
I'm not feeling good.
Well, you should probably fix that.
Well, it is what it is. No, so the comment was beach equals solution in the show. Every time they go to the beach... No, like for real. Like every time they go to the beach, shit gets fixed. Am I wrong? Think about Futaba. They go to the beach to watch fireworks. What happens?
Problem solved.
Think about Shoko. They go to the beach on their date. What happens?
Problem escalates and
then it's
later solved.
Well, she keeps reverting to that scene. She wants to keep reliving the beach date, but it gets resolved at the beach.
Yes.
Right? Mai's wasn't solved at the beach, but the thing that sparked Mai's getting solved was at the beach, because they went to the beach to meet her mom.
Yes.
Right?
True.
And then, even Sakata's, they went to the beach, and his got solved with the older chick, right? Or the younger, whatever. Yeah. Whatever she is.
Older version of the younger chick we have met. The confusing story that is whatever this is.
And then the sister... They went to the beach because she tried to drown herself. And then
in Mai's body.
Yeah, and then Sakata drags her out, and then they solve everything.
Yeah.
The beach is always like, once the beach happens, you know the solution's right around the corner, or it's happening there.
Yeah.
You know? That's all I'm saying.
For some reason, I don't think it's going to quite be this easy with Kaide, though.
Well, she's at the beach now.
Yes, but there's still a whole 2 episodes left?
But I think they're going to try to wrap up both arcs. That's what I think. We'll see. But they might not. I don't know. I don't even know if the manga's still going or anything.
I haven't seen
I'm actually curious.
I haven't seen a single book of the manga or the light novels for this one.
I'm really curious. Let's find out. Number 1 on the fall 2018 list. No wonder. All right, adaptation. There is a sequel. What is it? It's a movie. Woo!
Due to release.
And is that not the younger version of the girl? Or is that not her? That's her, right? Because she has the braid. Yeah, that's her. I'm curious.
So am I.
2019, there's no information on it. Interesting.
Oh.
Guess what I'm planning to watch? Boom. No information on it yet, and I don't have a translation. Hold on.
It's due to release in 2019.
It adapts volume 6 and 7 of the light novels. So I'm assuming the show is 1 through 4. Or 1 through 5.
How many light novels are there? Because I will definitely start reading.
It's still going.
Still going?
Yeah, it says question mark, which means it's still going. It's been going on since 2014. Please give me more.
Dear God, it took them this long to get a freaking anime adaptation when it's this good?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Okay.
I'm so into this. I'd buy these light novels. I want to know how many there are. Hold on. What's a buy light novels? I just need a website to buy light novels. Bookwalker, there we go.
I could never tell you. I usually just go to Barnes & Nobles.
I'm looking it up right now. Hold on. Bunny girl. I'm sure I'm getting a lot just typing in bunny girl.
Dude, you're going to catch a lot of stuff you never wanted to see.
Fuck. Rascal, maybe? I'll have to find this. Hold on. Oh, I'm sure it's gonna be up here. Look at that. Goblin Slayer light novels, Slime light novels. Let me know if you see Bunny Girl anywhere. Anyways, I love this show. It's great. We're gonna go back on to our shit show Saturday here in a moment because that's what we do.
Oh my gosh, yeah, no. Shit show.
So we finished up the show that we started last week, the Bryston Well monogatari, whatever it's called, Garzey's Wing.
Garzey's Wing.
Yeah. I'll have to find out how many of these there are, because I'll totally buy some to continue reading.
Oh, easily.
I would, yeah. So yeah, we started to finish Garzey's Wing, which, goddamn, it's bad. So the show last week we talked about started pretty okay. Like, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good. It was just there.
It was very average, like extremely average with old-timesy art.
Yeah, it's an older show. We expected that much. But going into it, the story seemed like there was something to it. We knew there was only 3 episodes, so there wasn't going to be a whole lot, but god damn, it broke down fast. Episodes 2 and 3 were just bad. Nothing made sense. They were just like skipping all over the fucking planet.
Transitions were garbage.
And then there was the whole like, let's build a gun, and they never built the gun. And then like real life Chris or whatever his name is was hurting, even though the fantasy Chris wasn't hurting.
Wasn't injured, wasn't even getting hurt.
And I'm just confused, and then he was cold randomly, and I just don't understand.
Losing energy, dying.
And then this girl shows up with a voice from the lady from Married with Children.
The mother character.
Yeah, the redhead, the lady with the big red hair. Her voice is in this, and she's just like, "Take my energy, Chris." And then like randomly appeared in the other world as like a ghost type figure, and like I don't know what the fuck was happening.
Nobody.
To be fair, I was dozing in and out while watching this because I'm really tired today. But
and
like,
it was boring as hell.
Damn. You having fun rocking?
Sort of.
It's loud.
I can tell.
I'm just saying.
Sorry.
But it was rough, man. Like, this show started okay, and it ended up with a 3 is what I gave it. It was just rough. It was not good. It wasn't horrible, but it was pretty fucking bad. Nothing made sense. The ending made no sense.
The ending made even less sense than the initial story.
So this is like one of the final scenes on the screen right now. Chris is on his bike, and then the Garzey's wings just pop up out of nowhere, and they start flying because they're going to the Dubu tree, which they've been looking for the whole time, but it's in the real world. And I would... What? What?
No context and just random shit.
Nothing made sense in this at all.
No.
Nothing.
It stopped making sense.
They didn't explain anything. And, like, what does him having Pegasus wings on his legs help with anything? He could fly.
The random jealous ex-girlfriend plot they threw in the fucking middle that I barely managed to
But the girlfriend was actually his girlfriend still. She just lived elsewhere. The real life one, or are you talking about in the game? Or in the world?
In the world.
So in the world, yeah, the fucking blonde-haired chick, like, was into him or something, and she should have been. I'm so I don't even... Words escape me. Because nothing really made sense. I was just lost the whole time. I think everyone should watch the sub because or the dub because it was hilarious. Yeah, we were laughing the whole time. It was just that bad. We were just like... What was it, like episode 3 or 2 when that thing's head got cut off? There's
blown off?
Yeah, there's this animation where like this thing's head gets blown off, but it's still chomping at Chris. And then he's just like... It's just like... Mr. Game & Watch animation of him just doing this, trying to get away from it, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on right now? And then it's still moving with its head cut off, so they're like, let's use this powder that puts them down a little bit. It's weed. And they shoot it with some weed, and it stops moving. I don't know. I was so fucking lost, dude.
I'm assuming dies?
This show hurt me. Do you have any final thoughts on the show? Let's rate it out. Music, still not terrible.
No, the music was still relatively
Animation,
good.
Terrible. Yeah. Okay,
at the very
let's
least dated.
Let's at least give numbers. Okay, so music, I'll give a 6. It was pretty okay.
Yeah.
The actual animation, a 2. There was some attempts at good animation.
3 because they did attempt, and it is an older style.
And there was some really cool creatures, but I'm still giving it a 2.
I'll give it a 3.
Overall story, 0, because again, where's the story? Doesn't make sense. I don't know.
The plot
Hype
died.
factor, 0. There's no hype factor in this. I was never like, oh, like none of that. What else were we rating shows on in the past? Story, music...
character design. Character growth.
0, because I don't understand any of the characters and how they developed at all.
Because the fact they just kept throwing more characters at you.
Yeah, and then like everyone seemed to understand that he had another version of himself in another world that was fighting, and no one was like, this guy's just fucking crazy. What? Everyone was like, oh, it's okay, Chris. We'll help you. We understand. It must be the really long Japanese phrase that never was explained in the show. Like, what? I hated this. This was rough, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this was just rough.
Ultimately, as an overall show, we gave it about a 3 rating.
Yeah, that's what I gave it. Was a 3. You have any final closing comments?
Drink lots of whiskey while watching this. It'll make it that much
I bet this
fun.
would be fun high or something. I know you don't smoke, but like I used to smoke, and like this would be just funny. This is a good non-labeled comedy because it's just that bad. Like, wait, was that supposed to be her at the very beginning?
I think so.
The girlfriend chick?
Yeah.
At the very, very beginning? Okay, whatever. This show sucked. Let's move on to the worst show that we've watched today. Actually, I think. Pupa. We didn't even finish it.
No, we made 2 episodes in.
Apparently there's like some action scenes at some point, but like... I don't understand. Wow. So, we watched the show called Pupa. And when we read it, if you guys had listened to the podcast before when we were describing it, it was like trying to explain Tokyo Ghoul to your friend while hungover while eating them or something. And, okay, first of all, I loved the art. I thought the art was really cool. It was like watercolor and stuff. It was just like a cool art style. I was all about it.
The art was not bad. The art, I would easily give an 8. Because it was unique. It was very well done.
Yeah, and it like added to the experience of whatever shit this was. But it was really cool art. I was all about it.
Yeah. The art was amazing. Hell, even the music wasn't bad. I actually enjoyed the opening music quite a bit.
But then there comes this thing that eats people and don't see the red butterflies, and she turns into this monster that just eats her brother, and like, what? Okay, so I gave Garzey's Wings story a 0, and I gave like its concept a 0, I guess. This got like, okay, I don't even know if it's story, because there might be a decent story to this. But what I gotta say is like, what they explained in the 2 episodes... Did we watch 3?
No, we watched 2.
We got through 2. In the 2 episodes we watched, I was more than confused. I was just... what the fuck was happening in this show?
On top of the fact there's only 12 episodes, and they're only each 4 minutes long.
Yeah, we could have gotten through this, but I just didn't want to. I was just fed up with it. Like, nothing was explained. The episodes, even though they were 4 minutes, were extra short. Like, they felt even shorter than 4 minutes. It was like 2 minutes, 30 seconds of something actually happening, and that was it. Like...
Pretty much.
It was just rough, and I was just not a fan of it.
Minute opening intro, minute outro, and 2 minutes of actual show in between.
And 30 seconds of anything that actually progressed anything. Like, I guess at some point we find out the brother's immortal because at the end of the second episode, she eats him, but the concept is that it's an immortal brother and this girl who has to eat her brother to stay alive or something. And I feel like if we were to watch the rest of this, we got shit like this. Like, there's going to be some awkward, gross moments where, like, she's all up on him and shit, like...
Eating his ass.
Yeah, I just was not interested in what this show was going to be.
Yeah, I can honestly say this does not make any sense.
I just wasn't into it, man.
Yeah.
It just wasn't something that I thought was good. And overall, I gave it a 2. I think I gave it a 2.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, but I can't give it more points because it was just that bad. And I hate that. Because the art style was so cool. I loved the watercolor. I was so about it. And then it was just that bad.
Something that tells me the manga might make a little bit more sense, but the anime definitely didn't do it any favors.
Yeah, nothing made sense in the first few episodes. Yeah, that's just...
She is chomping the hell out of his shoulder.
And the line says, "It's delicious, Oni-chan, your meat." Like, come on. This was some fucking brother-sister bullshit where they were in love or something. I just wasn't a fan, dude. Yeah. Oh, that's gross.
It's creepy.
Alright, well... That all being said, I think we're done talking about that one. We got one more show we watched. Destruction of Mars or something. So this show... Again, didn't really make any sense. I think that's just like a recurring theme with these bad animes. Like, they just don't make sense.
They don't really have...
The animation was rough. The first, like, fight scene, this chick just gets her head blown off, and then there's just CG blood coming out of her face, and you're just like, the fuck? It's rough, man.
Truth be told, you could say this did have a plot, and they did
roughly
follow it.
There was, like, some level of conclusion.
Yes.
You know? The whole point is, like, they sent a spaceship to Mars, it salvaged some stuff, it brought it back, they blew up in the atmosphere, so the bits got spread, and these creatures called Ancients came to Earth, but it turns out they were always on Earth,
yeah.
and that the humans took Earth from the Ancients or something, and, like, the final line of the enemies in the show was, like, what was it? It was, just remember...
You guys were the invaders, not us.
Yeah, or something like that, and then the dude gets blown up. So, that's okay, I guess. Like, that's an okay story.
Yeah.
But then all the characters in the show made no sense. You had the 3 or 4 female leads who were supposed to be, like, super badass people and didn't do shit except shoot their little fucking machine guns.
And what was up with the sound? Like, I know that wasn't just the website.
So... The first time they used the guns, they sounded like somewhat okay. They sounded like a submachine gun.
Yeah.
But then when they started shooting the big bad guy, it's like goof, goof, goof. And you're like, what the fuck? That is not what a submachine gun sounds like. It was like this really deep, like rifle-like sound, you know what I mean? And then there was this guy who had a suit called Mars, who was just like the super-powered fucking mega suit or something, exoskeleton. And that thing made even less sense, too. Like,
I don't even know how to explain that thing. On top of the fact that it didn't make sense, the suit had no weight to it like you'd think something like that would have.
Yeah.
Goes jumping up against people that are roughly his same size, but his suit looks heavier, yet there's no visible evidence to say that
it's just bad choreography. It was an older animation from what I can tell.
Yeah.
And they did what they could, but man...
It was bad.
Yeah.
It was just bad. And then he always sounded like he was muffled in the suit, like his freaking comms unit wasn't working right.
Yeah, they like just made his voice sound like it was muffled in order to not hear anything. Yeah. Glass Reflections did a review on this. I kind of want to watch that after this. His name's the show's called Glass Reflections, and his I forget his name that he introduces himself as, but he just does good anime reviews, and I'm curious what he had to say about it. Anyways, yeah, I don't know, this show sucked. Music pretty bad. 0. I don't remember any of it.
Yeah, no.
Animation, I'll give a 1 because it's about as. It wasn't atrocious, but it was fucking terrible. Story, I'll give like a 4. It tried. There was some semblance of a story.
I could follow the story. That is probably the best thing I can say about this particular anime compared to all the others.
Yeah, like compared to the other 2 or 3 that we've done so far, the other 3 bad anime, at least the story was like somewhat there.
Followable.
You know, there was a lot of really weak points about the story, but at least there was like
a story?
It was like a children's book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least there was something. It was very simple and basic, but at least it was there.
Glaring plot holes did say exist, but it did have a followable story, so...
At least it was something.
It was better than getting shot in the face. Barely.
Characters didn't progress at all, because there was no progression to be had by characters that we didn't know anything about. It was a 1-episode OVA, so there wasn't a whole lot of chance for it.
Something tells me if there is a manga, it's probably not bad.
I feel like it's probably bad. Like, okay, so we had the main guy in the Mars suit was like some average high school student. They even mentioned that. And they kept like flashing to his backstory like it made any sense, but there was no sensible thing to be taken from his backstory. And then like after the first fight, they're like, oh, he has super bad like traumatic stress. He's like super like in shock from it. And then he just like goes along for the next mission, no problem. They don't even. There's not even like a dialogue between them. You know what I mean? At least they should have given some level of dialogue to him.
Yeah.
But nah, he's just there. He's gonna go fight.
Pretty much.
It was pretty rough. Yeah. Okay. So at least you watch Recreators. We'll kind of change subjects here because we're getting ready to end this. I know it's another short one. It's what we do. It's Shit Show Saturday. I think if Chris doesn't show next week, we'll just continue on our subjects as normal. But if that is how it goes, you know, we'll go from there.
Yeah.
It's just, these are kind of weird. It's weird doing short ones. I'd rather kind of talk about more openly and just kind of talk about more stuff.
True.
So,
but it also helps when there's the third person here, because then...
Well, Brandon and Ron both want to come on sometimes, so we can just have one of them come out. You know what I mean?
We are definitely going to need to expand this and get some more chairs.
Yeah, I know. The chairs issue is the bigger thing, because we can turn this, and then we have the backdrop, whatever. You know, that's not a big issue. It's just the chair situation. It's kind of rough in here. We're working on it, though. We'll get there. So what was I going to say? Oh, good news, you watch Recreators. So our next 2 subjects are good and ready to go. We got the whole anime world, which one would we live in, and then the Recreators, like fantasy fight scenes, who would win out of like some mainstream shows, you know? We'll put Ichigo, All Might, Natsu, One Punch Man, all of them in the same room, and we'll see who would win. In our minds, we'll theory craft it, I guess. But instead of Shit Show Saturday or Sunday next week, or this week, if you want to do something tomorrow, I think we'll change it up and do a movie day. And we'll watch an anime movie and we'll talk about it. Because I think it'll be a good change of pace. Because this is getting rough.
Dude, we're going to have to do something else. Do this once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We can break it up a little bit. Because
this is getting... It's getting dark.
Yeah, I want to hit you with the Fields Train, though, man. I want to make you watch A Silent Voice. I really, really do.
All right.
So if you're down for tomorrow, I think that's what we'll do. Because I think it'll be fun.
We'll have to do it earlier on.
Earlier?
Yeah.
Well, I know you have church in the morning, so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the logistics of it later. We'll either do it this weekend or next weekend, but we'll take a break from the Shit Show Saturday, Sunday kind of thing that we've been doing. And just kind of get back to roots and talk about some more fun, upbeat stuff that we can actually enjoy. That all being said, I don't know. You got anything more you want to chat about? Any just like general anime subjects? Anything you've seen or heard about that you're pretty hyped about?
I am excited to see where they're going to try to take Sword Art Online now.
Okay.
Because they did... I don't know if they screwed up or if they're just going to add it to the point where it's officially important to the plot now.
Yeah.
But I know as of last week's episode, Kirito and Yu-Gi-Oh! Have basically been arrested for attacking 2 nobles in their bedroom. When really all that was happening was they were defending their students from getting raped by 2 upperclassmen.
Yeah, I remember seeing like bits of this in the Reddit anime. They were talking about like next week episode's going to be dark, blah, 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 blah. And they, like, showed clips because there was, like, a teaser, and it showed him doing some shit, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see where this is going to go because now, as of that episode, I haven't watched this week's episode. Don't ruin it for me, guys, please. I actually do want to see where the show goes. But as of last week's end, they finally found Alicia.
Okay.
As in the girl that they met back at the very beginning of this season in episode 1 when Kirito first came to this world.
Okay.
Before he had his memories erased of ever having anything dealing with this world. And then getting thrown back in it, basically. But I'm excited to see where this is going to go. Because the story is starting to expand.
We'll see. I think it's slotted for like 20 plus episodes, right?
Actually, it does. I think this was one of the ones that wasn't slotted for a set number of episodes.
Really? Well, let's take a peek real quick. I'm just curious.
Yeah. I know that this isn't really your show.
No, you're fine. We can talk
perfectly
about it.
fine.
That's why we're hanging out. We're chatting. We're here to talk about M&A, my friend. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
So it might be a long-running thing. We'll see.
Yeah, which, if it is, that'll give them a good chance to fix a lot of the earlier problems that people said it had.
Yeah. The show has had a lot. It's a riddled history, okay?
A very riddled history.
Another one I think we should try to watch together is SSSS Gridman or Gridman. People joke about it a lot, but like it's just a fun kaiju. Like they fight big shit with a bigger guy, you know?
So classic Gundam anime, basically.
Yeah, or Power Rangers. Think of Power Rangers.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Which is perfectly fine. I mean, shit, I grew up on this stuff.
I think it'd be fun.
Uh-huh.
Apparently Zombieland Saga's gained a lot of traction. People are liking it more and more recently, but...
Is it getting any better?
I don't know. I stopped at like episode 3 or 4. I watched 5, I'm sorry. There you go.
So it's 12 episodes total is what the run for this season is. What episode are they on right now?
10.
Oh, so they're almost done.
11 will come out tomorrow, I think.
And then Dragon Ball Super. I don't know where the new arc is.
Well, that's the movie.
Oh, is the new... Oh, yeah, the Broly movie's
Yeah, the
coming out
Broly
soon.
movie's coming out. I forget what day it comes out, but I know Chris is going to want to go see it, so...
He's going to drag us all there, whether we want to or not.
Yeah. December 14th. It already aired, actually. It aired yesterday.
Ooh, damn.
I'm curious. All right. I'll look some stuff up after this.
Yeah.
That all being said, I think we're done with today. I know it was another short one. I apologize, guys, but the next one should at least be 2 hours, I hope. We'll either have a guest or Chris will be back, and we'll chat about some stuff, hang out, have a good time. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to check us out on YouTube and Twitch, both at Ohgrr, O-H-G-R-R. So my YouTube's Ohgrr. It's all in the description. Fuck it. I'm not going to describe it all. If you guys have any questions or want us to talk about or watch a certain show, email us at getsugatalkshow@gmail.com. Any sponsors out there, hey, how you doing? It's never gonna it's not gonna happen yet. And we're still way too early on, but you can hope, right?
Pray.
Yeah. What I want to do really is like this would be my game or whatever. I want a shelf, and because I read so much online and I watch so much online, I don't want to get all of the books or anything, but I want to get like the first one of every show that I've watched or read. I think that'd be really cool. You know what I mean?
Take you some time, my friend.
Yeah, but it's better than getting every single volume of everything. You know what I mean? So if I just get the first one of everyone, that'd be a cool collection. Anyways, thanks for hanging out with us, guys. I'm going to let Andrew do the sign-off because he doesn't do them. I always do them, so.
Well, you always do the sign-off because you're actually good at them. But,
go for it, man. You got to practice.
Oh, fuck you. But anyway, hey, guys, thanks for joining us this week. We will do our best to bring you a full-length episode next week. And if not, well, I guess we'll do our best to entertain you with what we can. So, until next time, this is your favorite laughing buddy, signing off.
Laughing buddy?
I don't got a better one. Hey, if you guys got a better name for me, come up with one.
Andrew Silvernipple. I'm telling you,
Silvernipple.
that's your name. We're ending it there.
Silver
Peace.
Bagel.